requirement for a constructive speech lasts no longer than 7 minutes.
Wait, before I start,
Yep.
I'd like to just receive thanks to everyone involved
No.
participating in the debate.
Okay.
I'd like to go brief about the debate, and I'll just go on case with opposition, and go off case for advantages. Now we'll go on case with oppositions. First issue topicality, and then we define the wrong resolution. And yes, you make a good point, but my Prime Minister has corrected and restated the right resolution. And this topicality doesn't really count because it doesn't really affect the structure of the debate. That we honestly made a simple mistake. It doesn't really affect the content and or structure of the debate. So we want to take this versus topicality off the table because it doesn't really affect how we interact in our debate. So that's my counter issue topicality. Now I go with their counters to our advantages. Now their counter to our first advantage is less depth. It's saying that 18 is a responsible age where you choose colleges of people living in their home. That may be an interesting point, but I'd like to argue that we have alcohol, that the legal age to drink is 21, and then if opposition proposes the idea that 18 is a responsible age, then why isn't alcohol at the age of 18? Because frankly, when people are 18, they'd be at the age where they're off of high school and going to college, and they don't honestly understand the world effects of it. They're just starting to get off the show and move on to meet different people and stuff like that. 21 is a good age because basically you'd be the age where you're at the final year of college or just graduated, and you're basically living on your own to the real world and understanding what works for you and basically how do you live your lifestyle. That's much more pretty much you gain a much thoughtful and much bigger learning experience of the world than just at the age of 18. And now we go to counter advantage 2 is that people know how to manage money. Leave opposition used himself as an example. That okay, you know how to use your money well, but honestly, maybe you're in the minority. It's we have instances of basically people going to debt because they max out their credit cards into getting into addictive habits like shopping. And to go, for example, 18, if you're in college right now, you're going to be stuffed with a lot of student debt loans, and you're enslaved to whoever you hate. And that honestly, people don't know how to manage money because if they don't know how to manage money, then they wouldn't. There are on the news issues of people trying to pay their income tax or having to pay the rent, and mortgage, and etc. Therefore, there's no link to the reality situation. This ends my advantage too. I'll answer all questions at the end of my speech. Now I'd like to go to their disadvantages. Disadvantage 1 is that 18 is the legal adult age and that cigarette smoking, that people know that cigarette smoking is bad. Well, honestly, okay, they say that cigarette smoking that people are taught that cigarette smoking is bad. The thing is, as people, we all honestly see crime, say that crime is bad, robbing, stealing is bad, but we still do it. I mean, even if we're drilled in our heads, that doesn't mean we can't. That means we contradict ourselves. Humans are contradictory people. And it might not be bad reasons. For example, cigarette smoking, they just did it out of peer pressure, and they honestly don't do it just out of addiction, and it just came as a result of it. And thus, therefore, that honestly, that making assumption about the people that they will learn just by people telling them to do it just false. Just go to the disadvantage too, is that we're going to change the economy with cigarettes, and then we tax cigarettes, and that we have to adjust our budget and stuff like that. It's making the opposition is making a huge mistake by overemphasizing cigarettes, and that basically that's if we increase the age, that we won't get money from it. But the thing is, if we take one tax down, we have multiple taxes. As Benjamin Franklin said, there are two things that are in life: death and taxes. And in America, we have lots of taxes. We get taxes from alcohol, air tax, and you get taxed for staying in the restaurant. I'm pretty sure the government will still have a lot of money inherently if we just increase the age of something. That's their fault. Now we go to disadvantage 3 is that people still smoke. That it wouldn't matter with the age of 21, but they ask with their friends. And basically the idea is that it wouldn't matter change anything. Well, it would change anything because we have as our enforcer the California Police Departments, and basically what we're trying to say is that we are actively taking a proactive role in that. Like people who do these things, like the friends that are doing, will be legally like accountable for that because basically buying like products for a minor that is not of age. And thus that ends my on case. I'll go off about 2 minutes. Okay, I'll just let go this. Alright, now we go to off case with our advantages, like the wrapping them up. Now we go to advantage 1, less death. And basically what we're trying to say is that basically that if we increase the age, we increase the health and well-being of people who are influenced by to do smoking because they think it has a sense of coolness, or like they look at smoking as, or see other people doing it, they say, oh, it doesn't look that bad. But they don't realize that the full effects of it is that basically it is bad for you, causes lung cancer, etc. And that with this, we increase the age, we prolong the lives of people to an age where they're mature and more responsible to make like certain decisions that will affect their well-being. Now we go to advantage number 2, increase financial well-being. And basically, the opposition fails to recognize the value first. Second advantage is that basically that people are addicted to smoking, that they use a lot of money to like buy in multiple packs, and because of that they'll lose. Because of that they'll lose their well-being. And as such, if we increase the age, we make them make the people who would initially buy cigarettes wait a little longer than when they're 21, when they're out, and then when they're on their own, they would look at the cigarette products and realize that should I buy money for products that will affect the well-being of myself? No, they wouldn't. And that for these reasons, and for my counters, we urge the government. Thank you. So how was brief statement? Brief statement of how was I?